Is it time for me to get my dog on the drugs? Bless her little heart.
Oh, Frannie.
I've never really taken this seriously, but maybe it's time, you know? I adopted a dog, I guess, about 6-8 weeks ago. English Bulldog. She's 3.5 years old, and she came from a farm in Iowa. I'm not exactly sure what it looked like on that farm and how she was treated, but she's super, super nervous. I mean, really, really nervous. There are days all she wants to do is be outside because that's where she's safe. There are other days that all she wants to do is sort of hide in a corner of my house because that's where she feels safe. From time to time, she's comfortable enough to let people pet her, and then she remembers that she's scared, and then she'll just take off, right? Have you ever seen a dog that is scared of their own fart?
Yes, I've seen the videos.
They walk and then they fart and then they run really quickly because they don't know what happened behind them. She's like that, except she's not farting. So there are times where she'll just like dash out of her crate for no reason at all. She'll walk around my couch like 50 straight times, like she's trying to get her steps in or something like that.
Maybe your new house is haunted and she's seeing ghosts.
I have had more than one person suggest that.
I was joking.
Wow.
Yeah, I might have to bring Amber over to check it out. So she's just a really, really nervous little thing and is either humorless or is just so nervous that it doesn't seem to me like she's comfortable at all. So I have friends that have their dogs on like anti-anxiety meds.
There's doggy Xanax.
So I was thinking about getting her on that and maybe talking to my doctor about it, but I don't know why I've been so reluctant. I think I grew up.
I wouldn't talk to your doctor about it. I talked to her vet about it.
That's what I meant.
Could you imagine going?
My therapist? I'm booking an appointment for my therapist.
Save some money, 2 for 1.
Right. Hey, Doc, I know it's been months, Doc, and I'd like to talk to you, but it's not about me. It's about Frannie.
Could you imagine rolling into your therapist, counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist office, and you bring your dog and be like, listen, I'm not here to talk about my problems. I'm here to talk about her problems.
I know years ago we had a dog psychic on with us.
Yes, we did.
It did not go well. But there are psychics that all you have to do is be on your phone with your animal next to you, and the psychic claims that they can tell you what's wrong with your dog or your cat or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, well, that one, but we had one in studio. You remember that? The pet psychic?
I just remember one that went really, really poorly, like we insulted her badly.
Yeah, that might have been the same one.
Okay.
I don't know, but and maybe my husband had a little something to do with it because he thought the whole thing was just like ridiculous for the fact that he had to bring Leroy in to be like analyzed.
Definitely.
He's so straightforward, man.
Was not a happy camper. And then she and Bart's in there in the room because she's like, we stayed in the studio and then all of our animals were like in another room. And so she sat there with all of our animals and then came in and like gave, and like one person on the show is crying and then another person on the show is crying. And then, I'm crying. And Bart afterwards is like, that's the stupidest I've ever heard in my entire life.
So, I looked up the medications yesterday and, there's a doggy Xanax.
Mm-hmm. They're really potent too. Like they're supposedly like super strong.
So I did have a friend one time that got a doggy Xanax, right? It was for her dog. And she was feeling a little bit anxious one night, so she thought she would take the dog Xanny.
What?
And it's so strong that it put her out for like 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're not like, some of them aren't interchangeable.
Yeah, so don't do that.
Yeah, so don't do that. But I don't know. I guess because I come from the old school generation that a dog's a dog, and if it's nervous, then it's nervous. But nowadays, I hear people sort of medicating their dogs all the time for a better quality of life. So why not?
Well, before you do, obviously, you're a somewhat responsible person. Talk to Jenny from I Speak Canine to see if that's something she recommends, and then talk to the vet and see if that's something he or she recommends.
It's so funny because I look at these medications, and the first side effect for all of them is your dog might get lethargic. I have an English Bulldog. Okay.
Does it get more lethargic than that?
Get much more lethargic than that unless she's walking around the couch over and over and over again. But I thought that maybe you had one of your dogs on it because one of yours is kind of sketch too, right?
Yeah, but we never put him on doggy Xanax. No. I mean, Boone's super sketch. He came from a really bad breeding situation. And he's just, he's skittish, but not to the point that we would put him on medication. But he's just, you adapt and overcome.
That sounds like her situation too. Like, a a breeding situation where I don't think she was treated poorly. I just don't think she was around a lot of people, and she was running on the farm, and I think she's been around like cows and animals and livestock, but as far as people go, or couches or inside, she's just sketch.
Yeah, like Boone had never seen a door frame. Like he had never walked through a door when we got him from the Atlantic.
Wow.
Like he was abused. Like he was emaciated. He was like in chicken wire and dirt and feces and like dirty, like moldy water and like hardly any food. And it was like, so we chalked it up to that. And like if you come over to our house, we have to tell you, just ignore him. Like he if he wants to come to you, he will come to you. But if you go to him, you're going to cause him to pee all over the floor, and it's going to be a thing.
I use the same instructions for Hayden.
Have you tried CBD treats?
Oh, yeah.
Like the doggy CBD?
Personally, yes. What are you asking about for the dog?
Well, so my dog Clyde used to be really nervous at thunderstorms, so we would give her CBD treats beforehand, and it just chilled her out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't like put her into a daze or anything like that. It just was enough to take the edge off for her.
So maybe we'll try that. I'll go 1 for you, 2 for me.
And then you'll be out for 4 days.
2 for me.
The Bert Show.